So, Monty, do you think this was King as not seeing the forecast going, no, I don't want to coach this one, I'll leave this one to you?
Perhaps. I know one guy that didn't see the forecast when I chose to go at ground level. When I was given the option to be in the box, didn't quite pan out that way, though, did it? Just starting to thaw out.
Not the conditions for fast-flowing footy or anything like that, but what can you take away from a game like that?
Or not a hell of a lot, to be fair. When the game was up for grabs, and let's call that the first half, we probably struggled to adapt to the game, whether it was the wet weather or just the pace or the opposition. We probably just struggled to adapt to that as quick as we would have liked. But then we were able to regroup and come back and really strongly got everything going the way we wanted it to. Good performances from all our good players. We saw some really good stuff from our exciting young players. So the game started to look like the way we would like it to, and then second half was a bit of a write-off.
Was it around the midfield in particular you were looking for that turn almost in the second quarter where maybe guys like Harry Rouse had a bit more of an impact getting the ball forward?
Yes and no. I mean, it was a pretty simple game. Get it forward, get after it, surge, and compete. It was, it wasn't your average game of footy, and probably not the ideal lead-in. But again, there were certain things in there that we're really happy with.
You had one of the things you have with, I'm sure, is Jake Stringer, 3 goals. Just a few words on him.
Yeah, look, really tough night for forwards. Tough night for anyone, but to have 5-6 shots, bring his teammates into the game. It was a difficult one for him. I think his last 2-3 weeks have been really positive. I think he's building nicely.
And you're presumably still working on your plans for the midfield after Tom's gone down. You've been ruled out for the season. So how do you see Toby Green fitting in with that and the impact that he had today?
Yeah, I thought in patches he was excellent tonight. We made a conscious effort to keep him in there as long as we could. I'm sure we could have used him up forward for some of his brilliance and some of his leadership too, because that was a really young forward line. But we really wanted to hold our nerve there and get minutes in, whether the conditions suited or not. So excellent in that. We wanted to see him gel and get some synergy with Clayton Oliver as well. It's going to be a different look. Regardless of the injuries, we're going to have a different look. So we've got a first look at that.
And what did you make of Clayton Oliver's second hit out for the club? It seemed like he started off a bit slowly, but
I think we all started a bit slow. Some of his hands were elite. A game like that probably called for it too, and he sort of just rose to another level. It wasn't perfect. He's always he's looking for guidance in the way we play in our system. He's open to feedback around how's that working for us. He's been incredible to coach to this point, and I think we've got a really good player in our hands.
Do you have any update on Jesse? Obviously, he had a little bit of a look at the right ankle. The boot came off. Boot came on, scores 2 goals. I mean, how did he pull up at the end of the game?
He seemed fine. Like you've probably seen with most of the week, it was a really responsible approach to everything. Minimal risk. We know what this game dishes up. It's a dress rehearsal, but it's at no risk. And I think we saw a little bit of that tonight.
I think the injuries are kind of counting in 14, 15 at the moment, especially with like the 4 guys rested or managed out of the game.
Yeah.
How many of them are you expecting to be available? Obviously, Finn Callahan kind of tops that list as well.
Yeah, not too sure about the numbers game, but really confident about Finn, which is probably the most important one right now, and probably the one that's on everyone's mind. Outside of that, we're going to need to take a breath after this one. Obviously, the conditions threw up some really tough conditions for the bodies and the boys. So we'll just wait and see on the numbers.
Is there any concern around Cads? He's I know it's general soreness at the moment, or is it more just trying to manage it?
No, I don't think there's any concern around Aaron. Aaron's had an incredible body of work up until this point. So if he was a little bit light on for preparation, I think we would have been pushing a little harder. But in this stage, the amount of work he's done, hasn't missed anything. It's just a sort of little bit grumbly the last fortnight.
And just a word on young Phoenix Gotha. He's really had a good pre-season, played well the last 2 weeks. Is he someone who we should be for a potential debut as well? Yeah,
absolutely. I think what our fans can look forward to is there's the possibility of 1, 2 or 3 debutants in opening round, and then there's a possibility that 2 guys that are 2 experienced guys that have come across from other clubs get a run as well. So, there's plenty to look forward to.
Jaden Laverde is one of those two you mentioned. What did you make of the way he's been able to slot in pretty well to the back line that's kind of needed an extra key defender there?
Yeah. Look, he slotted in from day one really, really well. What he has now got, and probably not right now with Sam not in the lineup, he's got the luxury of some really good players around him that'll make sure that he just falls seamlessly in what we do. And again, I thought he was pretty solid tonight.
Might call it there because we've got some flooding approaching.
Water's about to come in.
Yeah, good timing.
Thank you so much for your time.
No worries, thank you.